So, for those of you who like anime, I'm going to be doing a review for Outlaw Star. For those of you who like science fiction anime, who like action anime, um, for those who like, just balls to the wall, fun, adventurous anime, um, and a cool story and cool characters, and I highly recommend this. While it may lack the sophistication of Cowboy Bebop, it has all the fun, humor, and interesting and likable characters that show has. Maybe not as well written or developed, but still, definitely worth watching. Um, I'm going to ignore all the controversy and everything about how Joss Whedon basically ripped it off of Firefly. Because those two stories are so unique in themselves that while they may borrow elements from Outlaw Star, that show is still its own thing, and also a really good show. I'm going to mainly be talking about why I like Outlaw Star. Like I said, it's fun. I like science fiction. I like well written anime. I think the animation is wonderful. It's very well animated, especially because it came from an era of animation and anime I enjoy, the 90s. The characters are all very interesting and individual. Like, the main protagonist, Gene Starwind, is a very likable, kind of a roguish type young man. He's fantastic. He's very likable. He's good with what he does. And anytime he needs to use his gun, he's like Vash. He's spot on and definitely knows how to use it. Other characters are very interesting. Melfina is a very interesting character who ties into this overarching story that the series has, and is a very interesting and likable counterpart to Gene. Gene is very outgoing. He's extroverted. He's very brash. He's very, hasty, very quick to act. Melfina is very quiet, soft-spoken. She's very introverted. But there's a chemistry between the two of them that pulls the two together. Oh man, it's such an interesting show. His younger brother is a genius who excels at problem solving, computer hacking. There's another character who's a feline type character from this place called the Kataro Empire, who is very bumbling but very good at what she does too. There is a Lady Snowblood type samurai woman who joins this party too. So it's kind of this cast of mixed, oddballs and outcasts and least expected people who could get together, which is also very reminiscent to Cowboy Bebop. There's a lot of things in this show that are reminiscent of that show, but it's still its own thing, enough to stand on its own. While it is interesting that it has an overarching story plot, actually, I think it would have worked if the whole thing had just been episodic too. Like, you don't need an overarching story for the show. The show is interesting and cool enough to stand up on its own. And it's definitely the kind of thing if you just want to, pop some popcorn and grab some sodas, and watch with your buddies. This is the kind of thing I would recommend. If you're looking for something more kind of story-driven and more kind of mature, complex, then I would go something with Cowboy Bebop. Or even Trigun, I would say, is a little more sophisticated. Though Trigun is also quite humorous and, quite action-packed as well. But Trigun also brings up and deals with more philosophical themes. Outlaw Star is more just about having a good time. It's more just about being a cool action sci-fi anime. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally fine. It's one of my favorite anime series. I can't isolate particular episodes I enjoy because I enjoy the whole show. Oh man. It's its own thing. Like I said, even though it has things that make one think of Cowboy Bebop, it's still its own show. It's still being its own fun self, and it doesn't care what it is. It knows what it is, and it's having a blast being what it is. Um, and also, I mean, there's this kind of mystical element to the show too that kind of is more reminiscent of science fantasy things than science fiction. There's talk of mystical, magical forces in this universe that exist alongside advanced tech, which also, unlike Cowboy Bob, it actually deals with alien and extraterrestrial life forms as well, instead of just people in space. So, I don't know, it's kind of science fiction meets kind of mystical fantasy type stuff, which I enjoy a lot. I think that's interesting when those two things are put together. Um, and also, just the English dub is amazing. The actors they got for it. And also, the English dub was directed by Wendy Lee, who is a talented voice actress who's also in it. So, you know, if you enjoy a good English dub of your anime, then this is a good one to go with. So, I feel like anything else I'd say be rambling at this point, but I just kind of wanted to go into a little bit why do I like it, and highly, highly recommend it. Like, if you haven't watched Outlaw Star and you like anime from the 90s and you like a science fiction anime and you like action anime, then this is one of the go-tos. There's a reason why this one is well regarded as classic. There's a reason why everyone likes it. Just go watch it if you haven't seen it. So, anyway, just wanted to give a little talk about that and as to why I like it. And I will see you guys later. Bye.